Hello and welcome, as today we find out the team that we will manage in our new FM24 save from the bottom to the top. Hello and welcome to our new series, Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League side from, National League North or South side from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode, we will show you how to set up the save. And then as we've done all that, we will holiday the save through to the 25th of December. And then we will find out who we will try and take from the bottom to the top. So we are on this screen. The screen that's come up, of course, is the screen that you would normally see when you come into Football Manager. We are using the Watch the Space and TCS skin in game this year. So if you want to know where you can get that, I will put a link down in the description below, so that you can find that for yourself if you want to. What we do is we will start a new game, and we will then start in career mode. Obviously it chooses, if you've set up as you originally set up your favourite team, it will remember that. We're going to be unemployed to start the game, and we're not going to do real world, because if we were choosing a team that like whatever and starting from that, you might want to choose real world, or you might choose your world. Because we are starting as an unemployed manager, we will just do the original FM, and then we will go for advanced setup. And what that's going to do first off is it's going to give us a chance to choose the leagues that we want to play in. And as I've been testing this and what have you, it has already picked it up for me. So just to go through it, we have set up the English leagues all the way down to the bottom, Gibraltar leagues, the Irish leagues, the Northern Irish leagues, the Scottish leagues, and the Welsh leagues. We can tweak it as we go. Obviously, as the save moves on, we can start to bring in some of the European countries as well, drop off maybe some of the smaller parts of this, but just for now, we're sticking with this. We've got do not add key staff ticked, and something that is completely unusual in my saves and probably most content creators is we've also ticked disabled player attribute masking. There is a reason for this, and we will come to that either later in today's episode or at the start of the next episode. We have a large database set up. You can go from small, medium, large, or advanced. We've got it set as large, which means there's 25,330 players in the game. And we're going to start from early preseason. Doesn't really matter because we're going to holiday anyway. So that's all set up, and we're ready to go. So we will hit the start game button, and then what will happen is we will get our avatar come up and all the rest of it. I'm not going to show you that bit because obviously there's some bits in there that are personal to me, so I'm not going to show you that. But we'll what we'll do is I will continue to record, but it may be that I will edit this bit out. But we hit the start game, selected the leagues, just confirms what we've selected, and then it will go to set up the game database. So whilst that's doing that, I will come back once it is all set and we are ready to holiday. Right, so we've moved on a little bit. We've sorted out the avatar and the managerial style that we're using. We're going to use National C license and semi-professional footballer. And then having selected that and said that we don't want to add any other further managers, we of course then can set up our save game, which is what we're going to do. We're going to pop that into there. And there we go. We're all ready to go on holiday. What I am going to do, though, before we do that, is I'm just going to change this picture here. which if you didn't know how to do this, if you go into preferences and you just cycle down, part way down here, it says change profile picture. And there you can select a picture to fit in there. So that's what we're going to do. And there you go. That's fixed. We've changed the picture in there. So with nothing left to do, we're going to select go on holiday. And when we go down in here, we can choose where we want to go to. We're going to go to December. And December the 25th. Christmas Day 2023. It's not far off. As it is now, less than a month away, but we're going to be there before we get there in real life, in game. So I will hit the holiday button, and we will come back once it's holidayed, and we'll have a look and see which team we are going to manage in this series. Well, we've holidayed, and as you will see, we are at midnight on the 25th of December. Merry Christmas to you all. As you will see, there are Rushall Olympic, Vanarama National League North side and Vanarama National League side. So they're the only side in the sphere that we're looking at. Right, let's go and have a look then and see which team we're going to manage in this series. We do this by going to Leagues in Focus. So we've selected Inbox, Leagues in Focus, and then the Premier League. And then we're going to cycle down through the leagues. Championship, League 1, League 2, National League. And we get National League North first. Right, so this is where we're looking. Down in the relegation zone, Rushall Olympic are bottom with 19 points. But they're on the same amount of points as Banbury United. So one of those two could be in scope, but if we go to the National League South, what we're looking for is a team that is actually lower. So in effect, what we're saying is if you amalgamated these two leagues, what would you come up with? So we're looking for a side that's paid 23, 24 games and has got less than 19 points. Less than 19 points in the South. There we go. So if you amalgamated the two leagues, Weymouth would be rock bottom, 9 points. The other two are on 19, then Averley and Taunton on 20. Dover Athletic on 24 in that bottom. Bishop Stortford and Farsley all down there as well. So it's going to be Weymouth is the side that we are going to manage in this save. So Weymouth, let's go and have a look at the Weymouth team then. And here we are. Because I had to set this first, we haven't got the little screen, the nice little screen. I do apologise. Weymouth have today confirmed the appointment of Mark Just Offside as the club's new manager. Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football at the appointment of the inexperienced 61-year-old. And he is sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time at the Bob Lucas Stadium. The Bob Lucas Stadium, this is it. Lovely. That's the Bob Lucas Stadium. He replaces previous manager Paul Smith. Just Offside's men are on a poor run of 7 league games without a win, and the relegation candidates find themselves in 24th place in the Vanarama National League. Weymouth have lost 4 of their last 5 games in the league, so we're in a poor run of form. If we actually go and have a look at the schedule, poor. Yeah, desperate, I would call it. It's yeah, it's not good, is it? Really. Okay. What have I done? What have I done? Let's have a look at the team then. We've sorted this into ability. So Melvin Lambert is our main man. He's a striker, which is good news. We got somebody that might score some goals. He has a finishing of 11. Okay. What's his season so far? Oh, great. So he's had 20 appearances. He scored twice in those 20 appearances. Not exactly prolific, is it? Okay, right. Okay, maybe not. Elliot Bolton, he's a midfielder. He's next best. Then Harvey Slade. Cassie Petit, he is on loan. He's a midfielder. We have a defensive. So we've got a couple of decent defenders. We've got a striker that can't score goals. Brendan Goodship. That's a good name for a striker, isn't it? Goodship. He scored 2 goals as well. He was at Weymouth. Went to Salisbury. Has come back he did quite well at Salisbury. Look, he come back from Salisbury, and he's not doing very well again, is he? So he's been around here a few times, and have offloaded him and brought him back for some inexplicable reason. Shabar, McCarthy, Weiss, Danny Roberts, Giddery, O'Connell. I've not spotted a goalkeeper yet. Toure, which is a bit of a worry. Hamblin. So we're going to go down to 2.5 stars is about our limit. Max Hemmings is the bottom of the 2.5 stars. And as I said, there's not a goalkeeper in sight. There is a goalkeeper down here. Gerard Benfield, 1.5 stars. I'll give you a clue as to who we're going to have to bring in before anybody else. A goalkeeper. That is a surety. Dearie me. Okay, we've got work to do, boys and girls, as I can see. Let's have a look, if we can, at the squad view. We got 1 goalkeeper, and he's a 1.5 star at that. We got 3 defensive left backs or wing backs. Hamblin, Sesse, and Ross. Ross is pretty useless, but Hamblin's okay. Probably need to do a bit of firming up there. Central defence doesn't look too bad, to be fair. Rowan and Slade, they'll be the mainstays, and then we got Hemmings and Thompson that can go in there as well. We got quite a few on the right wing back. Teddy Howe, Giddery, and Rowan. Then the defensive midfielders, Elliot Bolton's the best, Cassie Petit and Harvey Slade. Harvey Slade will be playing in defence, so he won't be playing there. So, yeah, that's probably a bit flat. And then our wingers, we've got McCarthy, Shabba and Beerwish on one side. Connell, Shabir, who can play on both wings, and Rowlandson on the other side. Goodship and Melvin Lambert are our 2 strikers, albeit Mitchell Weiss and Dan Roberts can also play reasonably well up front. So up front, we're not too bad. We can probably get to the end of the season with what we've got. Hopefully that they can score goals as well. Goalkeeper is a must. Left wing back possibly, and possibly a defensive midfielder. Those 3 positions we definitely need to be taking a good look at in due course. Finances, got no transfer budget, not surprisingly at this level. And we have a wage budget of 9,118. We're spending just a fraction over 9,000 now. So we've got about £180 in available to us. So going back to the squad, if we quickly have a look at the sort of 2-star and below, 500, 700. So there's a bit of money down in those lower echelons. If we look at offloading anybody with 2 stars or less over a period of time, that's going to bring in some money. So might go overspent just to start off with, but then as we start to offload some of these players, then we will probably bring them in. That is in the under 21 and under 18 squads as well, though. So we need to be very careful. But if we take the under 21s and the under 18s out of that, I think we can still see that there is 250, 500, 950, 1,100, 1,300. Yeah, so there's about £1,400 there by getting rid of that bunch of players that will set us in, like I said. So we need to look at those, work out replacements for those. with at least 2.5 stars, and then we can work from there. Albeit Cheshire he's got good potential, so maybe, just maybe, he's one that we might possibly just hang on to, certainly until the end of the season. I don't know. We will have a look in due course. What have we got coming up? We got Weston-super-Mare away and home in our first 2 games. I think what we're going to do is probably next time we will come back. We'll keep this episode short and sweet. We're going to come back for episode 1, proper episode. What we'll do is we'll set up the team, we'll set up the tactics, we'll do all those sort of things. And having done that, we will play a game against Weston-super-Mare tomorrow, just to see how it all goes. Not expecting any miracles in game 1. They've been playing a 4-2-3-1, I notice. So that formation may change as we go, of course. And then we'll come back very quickly for another quick episode, Weston-super-Mare again, and then Tunbridge Angels. And then we will motor on a little bit. We'll go to the end of the month, Taunton and Dartford, Hampton and Richmond at Maidstone. And we're obviously trying to work our way to the end of the season, get this season, hopefully get ourselves into safety. And that's going to be a bit of a tall order, because I hadn't realised that we are so far adrift. We're actually 17 points adrift of St Albans City in that place just outside the relegation zone. So we're going to have to turn this around relatively quickly, boys and girls, because we have something like 18 games left to play. No. 22 games to play. 22 games left to play. So either way, we've got work to do. And as I'm not anticipating picking up any points from our first match, at the very least, that means we've got 21 games. It's 63 points, which could pile us up the table. But safety is a long way away. This could go bang very, very quickly if we don't get it right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through all these emails, do all the bits and pieces that need to be done, set up some set pieces and all the rest of it. As I say, we will come back then for the rest of the setup, which I'll go through on the next episode, and we'll obviously play our first game for you as well. Just one other thing to mention is on the next episode, I will introduce you to something that we're going to use. Hence why we've set up the tribute masking, or taken it off, disabled it. We'll introduce you to a tool that has come up on YouTube that another content creator has produced, and we will start using that to first of all assess our squad here at Weymouth, but then we will also use it to try and find new players to come into the team that are better than what we've already got. So that's the plan going forward. More of that on our next episode. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave me that big thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Bottom to the Top and our other series, Irons in the Fire, of course, as and when they are released. New episodes of Bottom to the Top will be released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. The best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffsideToo. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode when we get underway properly. It'll be episode 1. And it's out on Friday. Until then, have yourself a good week.